Good morning, everybody. I hope we're coming through loud and clear. Where is Tim? Well, at the last minute, our software made it to where Tim could not join us, unfortunately, and he probably will not join us throughout the entirety of the show. But I'm T. Shroom, and I'm here. We're going to be going through some of the charts, some of the news this morning. It is April 28th. We are live from Consensus in Austin, Texas, United States of America, baby. And I am joined. I'm not alone. Although Tim is not here, I am not alone. We have our trusty Army Piper here, sitting right next to me. Piper, how are you doing this morning?
I'm tired. I did a ton of walking yesterday around the Consensus, meeting hundreds and hundreds of people. I feel like I shook more hands than a politician yesterday, man. So it was crazy, but I'm doing all right.
Good.
Thanks.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Well, this is it's going to be a little bit of a different show for sure. We've got a lot going on today. We're gonna try to make it happen for you guys, but we are streaming from a hotel room, so we have a little bit of a different setup. We did get a big CPI print this morning, so that's going to be important. It looks like things are not going to be.
Come on in here.
It looks like things are not going to be too bad with the CPI. But Piper, why don't you go ahead and pull that up and let's take a look at it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring that into focus here, and bam, there we go. So let's take a look here. We are looking at the PCE that came in this morning. Core PCE came in at 0.3% this morning. It was last month 0.3%. Also, we had a consensus for 0.3, so it came in at the consensus. However, it was forecasted to be a little bit higher than what we had seen, denying that, coming in right at neutral to last month's PCE. So, some people overshot and some people were dead on there. Looking at PCE year, though, for the price index year over year, this was at 5.1% previously, and we are now at 4.2%. It was forecasted to be at 4.5, so we actually came in under what the cost index would be for the previous and for the forecast. So that's looking pretty decent there. So overall, I think it was nothing bad in numbers, but it was also nothing great in numbers. So that is what we have there on the PCE there, T-Shrew.
Excellent. Well, let's get back into some of the more crypto chart of it all. We can bring up some charts here in just a second. But first, I want to ask you, Piper, before we get into the charts.
Yeah.
What has been the most exciting part of being here in Austin and at Consensus?
Well, I got to hang out with the Crypto Keeper from Debate Crypto. That was pretty cool.
That was
great
awesome
guy. We also saw Robin from Sin City.
That's right.
Crypto. That was pretty cool. We saw Wendy up on stage, but we did not get a chance to actually meet Wendy.
That's right. We got to see Greg Gressick.
Oh yes, Greg. Greg is awesome. We saw Drew Wolfer from Presend.
Yeah,
one of our affiliates that we work with. So Presend, Drew Wolfer was there, looking sharp and dapper. So.
Yeah, and we got to make a new connection already with Gary Cardone and his posse.
You mean Grant Cardone?
No, Gary Cardone, Grant Cardone's brother.
He has
and twin, apparently.
Well, I did not know who that was at all. So
yeah,
good job.
Yeah. Are you being serious? You don't.
No, I know who it was. I'm just messing with you. That was the guy that pointed at me and said, "We need more old people in this field like you." And he pointed right at me. So
yeah.
Evidently, he wants maturity in the space, and I'm the face of maturity. So
yeah. Well, I thought you were 25.
I feel 25.
I thought you were younger than me.
I feel 25, T-Shirt.
You're so spry and you're good with all this technology. This morning isn't a great example, but Piper is an excellent producer. And makes a lot of stuff happen on the digital side. Well, my favorite experience was getting to meet you, Piper, for the first time. You and Crux, who's over here in another part of our hotel room. He's in the lounge section of our hotel room, which has 5 rooms. We are in the presidential suite here at the Hilton,
presidential suite,
the Hilton downtown. I don't know why you're laughing. That is the case. So we just decided to go into the nook here in the corner of it. But I think Barbara's going to be bringing over our coffee tray here in just a second. But yeah, so my favorite part was definitely getting to meet with you guys and have a lot of fun. Last night was wild. We hopped on some electric scooters
Yes,
and went down to 6th Street.
all the way down to 6th Street. I don't think people realize it's not just, we're not in downtown.
Well, we are. We are in, like, as I just said that.
Well, I mean, but we're not like in the heart of downtown. We're on the outskirts of downtown. So,
and the main point, the main takeaway of that, of me bringing that up, is that we had a lot of fun last night. We got to jet around. Crux took one picture of us somehow. I don't know how you can take a picture with only one hand. I tried to do it and I utterly failed, but Crux managed to get one picture.
Because your arms are not long enough. You have short arms.
Yeah, I need to grow my arms a little bit longer.
You need to ape out,
But I'm not the only thing that needs to grow longer. We've been looking at some charts this morning for Bitcoin, and there's some candlesticks that we're hoping are going to grow longer to the upside. And same on Ethereum. Piper, why don't you go ahead? And you like that transition? Why don't you go ahead and bring up some charts, and let's take a look and see kind of where price might be heading this morning.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with Bitcoin because, I always start with Ethereum, and Tim does Bitcoin, but Tim is not here. He's only in the chat. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on for Bitcoin here. Bitcoin's still currently sitting at about 29,250. We did have a run up yesterday that pushed us up into the, almost $30,000 range, came in about 29.9. If you take a look at what's going on here, we're still getting great support off of the dynamic reactor. We're still in this ranging session that just keeps grinding sideways. Guys, price action's boring right now, but you know what happens when things get boring? Out of nowhere, something huge comes. I think that we have a lot more support below us than what we do resistance above us. Just because we're that $30,000 range keeps getting knocked on over and over. It's not that far off from us to hit that. Is that better? Yeah, so we got this $30,000 range. Sorry about that. Tim's not here, so I have to have things set up a little bit different, and I'm not used to these scenes. So looking here, you can see that we're at this $30,000 range right here that we're hitting. We keep knocking on it over and over and over again. So the thing is that the more often that we knock on this, the more likely it is that we're going to punch through 30,000. But this dynamic reactor at this time coming in at about 28.6. It's been fantastic support from us. Even when we came down quickly, we pulled right back up into that lane. And this was yesterday when we were talking about that whole Mount Gox thing. And who else was it that they were talking about?
Jump Street.
Yeah, so
Capital,
Jump Street, yeah.
Or Jump Cap, might have been just Jump Cap.
Maybe the U.S. Treasury, maybe some well that none of us know yet. Maybe it was Elon Musk, who knows? So it wasn't Elon Musk. But
yeah, probably not Elon.
But something caused this big dump here, and all I got to say is that we pulled back into that super fast. These are 2-hour candles, guys. So within 2 hours, we were right back into that range, and we just keep holding on this 30,000. So I would not be overly concerned about the sideways action that we're seeing on Bitcoin. If we go ahead and take a look over here at Ethereum right now, we're sitting currently at just underneath the 0.886. This is in the top of the platinum pocket here. And so not anything moving there either. I told you guys yesterday, as long as we stay in this grind pattern here sideways, I'm okay with that. And that the 786 seem to be showing good support. So right now, that's what we're doing. We're just continuing to grind. We do have this dynamic reactor starting to push down in a little bit. So it does look like we might have a chance to either get above the dynamic reactor and bounce up there, or we may have to end up looking at it actually getting pushed down a little bit, maybe coming down off the top here as the dynamic reactor pushes in. Price comes back down, hits the 787, and then makes a punch up to get above that dynamic reactor, giving us the upward movement. So that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys. Doing some quick dirty TA here in the Austin hotel room. But Yeah, don't be concerned about price action right now. Everything's just kind of in a sideways motion. We're not seeing anything overly bullish or overly bearish. And like I said, the more times we knock on that $30,000 range, the more likely that door is going to open, and we're just going to push our way up. So,
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for bearing with us through the technical difficulties here. It's we kind of got thrown for a loop with Tim not being able to connect to his internet. So it is what it is. But
you got a plan here. Have a Rich for it.
yeah. But so guys, I mean, it's been a ton of fun to be here, and just to kind of experience the energy. Piper, I'd like to hear kind of you speak to a minute, kind of what the momentum you're feeling of the energy in crypto. But everything that I'm seeing is very, very bullish, and I'll tell you why. I stopped by a couple of TradFi kiosks, like little booths where there were some people from the London Stock Exchange who were kind of standing around, and I approached them and struck up a conversation with them. And I said to them, "Hey, what do you guys think about crypto? Are you guys are you invested in crypto?" And they were like, "No, but we're here. The London Stock Exchange decided to buy a booth here at Consensus in Austin, and while we've been here, it has just been crazy. It's just been undeniable the crypto adoption that's going on, and they were becoming bulls. They were becoming orange pilled bulls, and the guys that I was kind of breaking away with there and having a conversation with were like, we're TradFi, but we definitely think the future is crypto. And these are guys that literally work for the London Stock Exchange. They're not looking for high risk. They're just managing a stock exchange, marketing essentially. So I felt like that was really, really bullish.
I gotta cut in real fast, T-Stream. We're being yelled at in all caps by Tim on the stream right now on the chat because he said we did not do names.
Okay.
So we had, I believe it was Rick Wilson in first today. Not quite sure. We will see. If someone out there knows who it was, let me know. But it looked like Rick Wilson on my end. So Rick Wilson, average crypto Joe in here, a mellow fellow. We love a mellow fellow. Eric Wallen. Eric Wallen said Army poses for photos like he's from the 1800s, just expressionless.
That's right. On the thumbnail.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Let's see what else here. We got GS in here, Ninja Clock in here. Let's get Z Canceling Radio. Z Canceling Radio was giving me a shout out on Twitter yesterday, so I appreciate that, man. We got Alton Henderson in here, and we got Mike Play, Crypto Archie. Crypto Archie's in the house. Nice. Dude, hey, we talked about you yesterday. You would love Consensus. We saw a couple of projects. I don't remember offhand what they were, but we saw a couple of projects that had that were some of the things that you had mentioned that had booths here. So, very, very small group. And I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter, but I met some key developers from Cadena, and they want to come onto the show and talk about Cadena at some point. So, yeah, Crux of Crypto with the Blue Wrench in the house. Always glad to have him here. What else that you have? We got Tim Warren. We got TA Tim in here. We got King.D in here. Max PP's in here.
Nice.
Max PP. Shannon Sharp. We'd love to see her. Did Jenny from the blockchain? We talked about you yesterday with Sin City Crypto because you did that tweet where you tagged all of us in it. And I said, hey, did you see the tweet from D Jenny on the block? Evidently, you and I are in the same viewing circle. So I used you as the point of connection that makes us Investing Bros and Sin City Crypto automatically in a relationship to do something together in the future. So
and Sin City said to Jenny from the block, I never miss a tweet.
That's what he said. So JoJo, we got JoJo in here. Mike Play, Ben Redden, our diamond member. Got to give him a shout out. We love that guy. Hanging out with him in bro time. Danny G. Crimson Caravan Company, and let me get a couple more here. Crypto Trappa, what's up?
So our technical support over here, Crux of Crypto, is saying that Alton Henderson was the first commenter.
Oh, okay.
So we want to give credit where credit is due. You work really hard. You fight through a lot to be able to get that first comment, and we gotta give him the credit where credit's due.
Hey, sometimes people just they breach the objective and go far beyond, and that's what Alton Henderson did today.
Yeah.
So good job, man. Philly Skills 1428 in here. Let me get one more. Speed from the Chart Prime community, always here every day with Cryptex, with T-Stream, with all the family, with all the bros. We're glad you guys are here. So I got through the names, Tim. Now you can stop beating me up in the yelling at me over here with. He said Crux is the real MVP. That's what Tim just said.
That's right. It takes a village to run a live stream, but it's a lot of fun for sure. Well, we got some more things we can cover. Are we able to go to my screen? I'm not thinking. I'm thinking my laptop here is somehow not connected to the internet, even though it looks like it is.
Yeah, we're having Wi-Fi issues today in here.
Yeah.
Well, you can at least talk to him about what it was.
Yeah.
I want to talk about more some of the stuff that we saw yesterday, because we saw Robinhood there.
Yeah.
And Robinhood actually released that they are going to now have a bridge to decentralized exchanges into their wallets on their Robinhood account, which, by the way, check the description below. There's a Robinhood link down there if you want to check out Robinhood.
You are going to love that.
Robinhood's doing some really big things for the next run. They really are. So, and when you look at people that would like to do stocks that think about doing crypto, Robinhood's a fantastic exchange for doing that, because those people that are not quite crypto bros yet, like us, may be going, okay, I like stocks, but God, I keep hearing about this Bitcoin, so they can get some Bitcoin. Well, now some of those other things out there that they want to try to get into from the decentralized exchanges, looks like we may have an on-ramp for Robinhood for that. And that's kind of a big deal. I mean,
it is.
At this point, Robinhood can do a lot of things that no other exchange can do. So
that's right. That's right. And it's all free.
Yep.
And it's all free. So it's a lot of fun. I'm a big Robinhood fan. We actually talked about that a good amount yesterday about Robinhood, and really the only thing stopping more Robinhood adoption was that GameStop PR nightmare that Robinhood had a couple years ago with GameStop, that the price was going parabolic, and Robinhood made a decision that was very unpopular, but ultimately probably kept them in business. It's tough to say exactly how much risk and how close Robinhood was to having to shutter their doors if they hadn't figured that out and made the decision that they made. But that was one time, right? Mm-hmm. There's not like 5 or 6 times like Solana, for example, where there's a pattern of bad outcomes.
Right.
It's just one time. So anyway, I'm a big Robinhood fan.
We stopped at the Polkadot desk.
Yep.
And we saw them. Maybe, by the way, if anyone out there is in the marketing world and understands crypto and marketing, Polkadot is hiring a marketing manager.
That's right.
So we had to talk to the alternate because they don't have one. They gave us a lot of information to tell us who to talk to.
Specifically, an influencer marketing manager.
Yes, influencer marketing manager. So that was pretty cool. Oh gosh, what else was there? We met with Chainlink. Yeah, Chainlink. I got a Chainlink hat because I said, if I can show you that I have $1,000 of Chainlink in my wallet, can I get a hat? And they said, yeah, we'll give you a hat. And so
we should have worn some of the swag that we should have today. We'll probably do that tomorrow.
What else was there? Circle has a big thing there. They had this NFT ring thing. Where like this ring was part of an NFT. I'm not sure, but the line was super crazy long, and I was not standing there waiting for something that I didn't know what it was.
Well, we all got $10 free Bitcoin from an exchange slash wallet called Olive, which great group of guys.
Does that mean like the food olive, or what is olive?
It is OLLIV,
and it means all of us.
All of us.
Yes, that was
it. And they're interesting. I really want to see them succeed. I haven't done I haven't done any kind of like comprehensive research, so I can't say too much about whether or not they're good or bad. But their thesis overall that they were communicating to us in that booth was very positive. They want to reach the unreached in crypto. Your aunt, your mom, your employees, your cousin, people that you've maybe talked to crypto about, and they had the thought, well, crypto's not really for me. I'm not smart enough for crypto. Right. Olive is trying to penetrate through and say, no, actually, crypto is for everybody. and they're just trying to make it easier. So whether or not they're doing that well, I don't know, but that's their claim.
Yep.
And judging from their booth, it looks like they run a pretty tight ship. So
yeah, it was pretty cool. It's not bad. What else do we see? Today, let's talk about what we're doing today, because today is going to be a big deal.
Today's going to be. Tell us why today's going to be a big deal.
Because we are going to get to see Senator Cynthia Loomis. Cynthia Loomis is going to be there today talking about her bill that they just pushed. Oh, we got news yesterday about that bill too, about the crypto bill that Auntie Beth Warren is writing, and it did not get enough support and got kicked back. So
yeah.
So what that bill is that everybody has to KYC in crypto, to include like miners and stuff. They have to KYC when they off ramp to other people. So so buying and selling and moving crypto, everyone would have to KYC, which is, we know, is utterly stupid. However, pause for effect. What we do know is that it didn't get enough support. Not enough sponsors, and that bill got back to the table for Auntie Beth. I'm sorry, Tim. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
Tim's got to run. He said, okay, guys, I got to run. He's going to be sleeping in Georgia tonight. Hey, Tim, drive safe out there, brother. Change is coming, but the more things that change, the more people will see that we're just growing. We're not changing. So good. Have a good drive, man, and stay safe out there, Tim. But yeah, so that we're going to see Cynthia Loomis today, and then she is going to have Representative McHenry.
That's right.
Can you remind everyone who McHenry was?
Well, he's pro crypto, and he's trying to figure it out. He's trying to figure it out for us. I believe he's one of the senators who is trying to pass a pro crypto bill.
Yep.
Trying to pass some on ramps to some clear legislation for crypto. And I'm really interested to see first how is that being accepted by his colleagues, by other senators, other congressmen? Is that picking up momentum, or is it not? And just his personal thoughts on crypto. Is he, because in American politics, there's always like this: is he just doing this because he generally believes in freedom? You get that a lot of times from like a libertarian type, where they're like, I don't do drugs, but I think that everybody should have the right to do drugs, right? I don't own a gun, but I think everybody should have the right to own a gun. So I'm interested to see, is he actually pro crypto? Like, does he like crypto specifically, or is he just freedom for freedom's sake? So that'll be interesting to see, kind of wade through and get some of the details there from McHenry. That's going to be really, really cool. But there was a lot of stuff that I was interested in going and listening to today. So it is going to be a big day, and
it's going to be a busy day, packed full.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fernchild said, did we find out when moon out here?
When moon?
When moon. That would be Alex Fernandez there, the Fernchild. So
it's a good question, Alex. I had a conversation with a VC that was setting a venture capitalist manager. He deploys money to new projects and things like that. And he was asking me the question, where do you guys think, because I revealed to him that we're crypto analysts and technical analysts, and he said, where do you think crypto is going to be by the end of the year? And I gave him the answer, probably 50,000, somewhere in the range. And then I asked Piper later on, hey, did I give that guy a good answer? What do you think? Because Piper's got his nose in the charts all day long.
You were right in the groove. You were right in the groove, man. It was good.
Yeah. So when moon, Alex, that's kind of the $1 billion question, right? If you can predict the moon, then you might be the one to finance the next rocket to the moon.
There you go.
But it's probably going to be around the halving, right? That's my guess, is like almost certainly Q1 of 2024.
Yep.
But we might start to see kind of some parabolic tendencies, some parabolic behavior, maybe even in December of 2023. So we'll see.
Good point. Crux, did you have anything that you enjoyed at the conference yesterday? What was the thing that you remember the most?
1 sec.
Great idea, Piper. Let's cut to the guy who doesn't have a camera or a mic.
Hey,
All right, guys.
look, Chuck Prime shirt.
Hey, what's going on?
Might be the first time anybody's seen Crux. So introduce yourself and then tell us what.
Yeah, Crux. So I do a lot of the background analyzing. I'm over here pulling up articles. I'm briefing T-Shroom. He's the one actually regurgitating the information that I'm giving him, working with Army Piper, with Chart Prime, and we're pushing this as well. So I think the most that I enjoyed yesterday was seeing faces for the first time that I haven't actually met and going up and talking to these people. This is much more of a dev conference than it would be a trading conference,
Yep.
which is not exactly what we expected at first. But I think going into our approach today is going to be a little different than what we did yesterday.
Yeah.
We're not really too much about like sitting on the panels because that's more for like personal information. But we're over here shaking hands with people
That's right.
that I think will help us build this channel and get our voice out there.
Absolutely.
So
That's a good way to put it.
yeah, sure.
Yep.
That's Crux, guys. He just went from being a name in the chat to being
A face.
a 2D embodied individual for you all to gaze upon. He's a good-looking guy. He's very strong,
I am.
and like I said, he has a hidden talent, which is being able to take a selfie while driving one of those electric scooters. Which, if you have not, let me just take a minute. Let me take a minute for these electric scooters, because there's a lot of people out there who probably see those electric scooters and they're like, man, what an eyesore, what a bunch of trash on the side of the road. And all I see is a bunch of hoodlums, that ride these. They're a lot of fun. Get on one of those apps, whether it be Lime or Uber, and just hit the throttle on one of those scooters and let the youth course through you. Let it rejuvenate you and have a lot of fun going somewhere fun on one of those electric scooters. I had a lot of fun on the electric scooter, and I look forward to continuing with
Crypto
that.
Billy 111 said he played pool with Lifer last night. So,
Oh, nice.
yes.
Did you win?
Did you win? That's a good question. That is a great question.
There's Caleb Franson saying GM, baby.
Yep.
And
all the people.
Which brings to my attention Amazon. Amazon had their earnings yesterday. Are we able to go to my screen?
I can check it out and see here.
Okay. Amazon had their earnings. It was a beat.
Nope. Can't do it still.
Can't do it.
Nope. Ain't working, bro.
Oh, it's possible that I'm not sharing it because I have. Yes.
You broke the system.
Yeah, we want to get into a couple of the stories here in this flawless and seamless transition to our stories here from Crux's input right into our stories. Let's go ahead and dive right on into those right now. The U.S. government coordinates urgent talks to rescue First Republic Bank. This is coming to us from Watcher.guru. They say U.S. officials are reportedly leading urgent talks to rescue First Republic Bank. This comes at a time when the private sector efforts ushered by bank's advisors are yet to pocket a finalized deal, citing three unnamed sources familiar with the matter, a recent Reuters report revealed. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, the Treasury Department, and the Federal Reserve are among government bodies that have in recent days started to orchestrate meetings with financial companies. That's vague. Financial companies about putting together a lifeline for the troubled lender. That lender, of course, being First Republic Bank. And we are 5 minutes into the market open, so we may even have another seamless pivot over to check that out in just a second. But at this stage, it is not clear if the U.S. Gov is looking to take part in a private sector rescue of First Republic. Nevertheless, one of the sources reportedly revealed that the government's engagement was emboldened First Republic has emboldened First Republic executives who are working to put together a deal that would avoid a takeover by U.S. regulators. So definitely the events over at First Republic are developing, and they're developing fast. Let's take a look really quickly. This is Cake, which is up 5.3%. That's not what we're talking about, but that's what's on our chart. Let's take a look at First Republic in the first couple of minutes here of the trading session in New York. And it's actually it's showing that it's green on the day. I'm on the 4-hour charts here. It's saying it's green, so you're not seeing the volatility that you have seen in the last couple days. It's kind of trading sideways. That may be because there's just a lot of people waiting to see what happens. What happens with the Fed, the Treasury, and the financial establishment trying to figure out what the heck to do next with this very important regional bank situation. What is the FDIC going to step in? What is going to happen? So it's a big question there. We'll come back to our market open here in just a second, but our other story is, and I'm probably just going to read the title here, Taiwan to allow traditional banks to offer crypto trading services. So Taiwan taking a big step forward here, getting into that classification of countries who are crypto friendly more and more. So that's really good to see. That also has geopolitical consequences, right? Because just right next door across, what is the name of that strait between Taiwan and China? This is just referred to as the South Asian.
Yeah, South Asian something. I can't remember the name
Yeah.
of it.
But just across the sea there, just across the strait, the Taiwan Strait. Thank you, Crux.
See, Crux behind the scenes.
Pull that up, Jamie. Just across the strait, you have China, which has banned Bitcoin for the people, but I'm sure the elites are far from banned from mining the future of finance. So anyway, that is going to be pretty bullish for crypto, definitely, especially if you're Taiwanese. That's a big blessing for you. All right, well, let's go ahead and slip right on into our silky market open. We're going to start with energy as we always do, and it is green. Boyle is coming in green, up 0.6. UNG up 0.8. Natural gas futures contracts are up 1.1%, and oil also up about 0.5% this morning. So energy becoming more valuable to investors this morning. Let's see. Indexes are coming in red. So your NASDAQ is actually leading lower, but not by very much. I'd say that the indexes are kind of undecided and neck. So that's pretty much undecided, but I would imagine that there's going to be an overall bullish sentiment in the market, in the equities market today, just because of Amazon's earnings. But we will see if there's any news that comes out on First Republic Bank that could stifle that general bullish sentiment. Bitcoin and crypto red across the screen for the most part, other than Cake and XRP. XRP getting bought up 0.8% and Cake up 5.2%, as it's likely finding a little bit of support there at $2.76. We won't spend too much time here because Piper's doing some analysis on that. But what's up?
So we got David Brumbelow in here,
Okay.
and Crypto Billy, and they're talking about the poll pictures yesterday and the pictures that Crypto Billy shared with of him playing with Lifer.
Okay.
But Crypto Billy wants to try to meet up at the media desk this morning, so we might. And he said that he's got to get us on Sin City Crypto. So.
Well,
yeah,
Piper, I appreciate you bringing that to my attention in the middle of the market open. I feel like that was probably the best.
Oh, it is. It's absolutely the best time to do it.
Yeah,
because we're running into our show up time. So
okay. That does make sense. Okay. All right. So I will resume with haste here through the metals, which are selling off very, very slightly this morning. Microsoft green up 0.3%. Amazon down 4%. That is a shocker to me. Okay, so analysts and investors are interpreting Amazon's beat, their earnings beat bearishly. So there must be something deeper. Because of all the craziness, we've not been able to kind of deep dive into that anymore. But I would keep an eye on that, guys. That means that equities are more than likely going to close because that's two bearish stories to open your New York session. Bonds lower, cannabis lower, mid cap stocks mixed, snow leading lower. Workhorse getting bought up 1%, and banks across the board down, and your oil producers are up. So finding a little bit of safety and security in oil producers this morning are investors. But that's going to wrap up the market open, and that's almost going to wrap up our show. Piper, do you want to take us out?
Yeah, we'll take us out. So, hey, guys, bottom line is, just saw an article recently that was sent over by Alex that talked about the World Economic Forum. The WEF is starting to flip on crypto a little bit. A totally different angle than what they were running with before. So we're starting to see all of the anti-crypto sentiment start to slowly evolve into a tolerance, which then becomes a support, which then becomes pro, right? We're starting to see it. And we saw yesterday that anyone who has an argument about utility purpose of crypto in the world needs to come to consensus 2023. You'll see 1,000. Nobody here is talking about the price of a token tomorrow at all.
It's true.
Zero. They are talking about the changes to work, the changes to industry, the changes to they are showing the utility purpose that is being done with crypto day in and day out right here on the floor. And it's incredible to see because we get so wrapped around what is the price of Bitcoin right now and how much is my ADA going to be next year, but we don't think about what is ADA actually doing out there and to change the world that gives it that value. And being here has been an honor to see and hear all of these developers and what they plan to do with their token instead of what the price is going to be next month. So
that's right. That's a good analysis. I think you're right. Overall, the tone is very much education and networking and business development. There are very few traders. There's a couple of trading booths. Whether it's an exchange or some kind of tool that helps you trade, they're few and far between, for sure. But there's a lot of people who are interested in learning about crypto, and there's a lot of people who are interested in educating others on the development of crypto, the future of crypto, and the future of finance. And that's really why I'm in crypto. I mean, obviously, I like to make a buck, and I like to see my wealth grow and become financially free. But ultimately, I'm in it because I love learning and tracking and bringing to you all's attention the important movements in the development of the future of finance, and that's really, really exciting. Is there a couple of things that we want to show on the charts?
People are talking about it tanking right now. Get off the 5-minute chart. That's all I got to say about that. It's okay. It's still above 29K. It's just market open, a little bit of volatility going on, the Dixie and stuff like that. I told you, as long as we're in the sideways grind, woosah, breathe. All right. So
that's right.
Guys, we're going to be going here today. We're going to be taking off here in a second. We're going to get ready, get down there to the conference floor, see what we can find, and see what all this regulation hubbub is about coming out of McHenry and Loomis today. Very excited about it. But hey, guys, thanks for joining us. We're going to be back next Monday. Same normal setup. T-Shroom's going to be back in his cool studio, and we will be back doing this show on Monday morning. I'm not sure if Tim's going to be set up yet or not to do it, but if not, T-Shroom and I, we got this. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.